Here we go. Right. Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's well, keeping safe. I thought I'd do a quick video on the Venlafaxine to date. So yeah, so far so good. I'm on what we're using. It's metazapine. I'm on metazapine 45 milligram and Venlafaxine 75. I have like 37.5 in the morning and 37.5 in the evening, roughly the same time. I mean, some people say, they have to go by the minutes, but as long as I'm within an hour, either way, I'm okay. But yeah, so far so good. Now, the first, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video, the startup on the 37.5, there was a little bit of side effects, nothing for about an hour, if a bit more maybe, but the side effects weren't too bad. However, once it jumped up to 75 milligram, you could certainly tell there was an increase. But there was one point where I was actually out as well. I was at my granddaughter's jiu-jitsu and I got a right awful feeling of panic. And I'm pretty certain it was the Venlafaxine. Because it is, I mean, if you look at other videos and maybe reviews, there are some really harsh side effects. Now, I think I've got off lightly, but yeah, I had one incident where I was thinking, oh shite, but I just kept telling myself it's side effects. It's like it'll pass, and I was like clocking the exit and drumming up an excuse to get out of there. I was going to say my phone, to make a phone call or something, but yeah, it did ease off, thankfully. But it was about the only incident where I had it felt ages anyway, but probably wasn't too long. I felt a bit panicky. Pretty certain it was the side effects from the, because it's ages since I felt like that. So I think I'll attribute that to the side effects from, early start upon the 75 milligram. But generally speaking, I've done all right with it. I think for me that's attributed to the fact I do use a few drops of CBD oil, maybe not every day. It depends how I am really. I've had more since I've used it every other day, say on the start of Venlafaxine, just to cope with any potential side effects. I mean, I don't know if I hadn't used that, would I have got more difficult side effects, but as it is, I've just had that one instant where I'm sure it was side effects from the Venlafaxine. Like I said, I've only been on this 75 milligram, I don't know, is it 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I don't know, maybe a bit less, I'm not sure. But I've got to admit, like, depression wise, because like I say, I had a bit of I won't say a real critical period, but I really felt that the duloxetine weren't working. My GP agreed. I seem to be a bit of a connoisseur of these antidepressants over the years. I don't know if that's it's not a good thing, but I try to give honest feedback with them. But yeah, it certainly lifts you out of a hole anyway. If you're really depressed, it is, it's not a bad drug, it's not a bad antidepressant. I think for anxiety, because that's my biggest issue really, it's not bad, but I'd imagine a higher dose would be better for that. But like I say, at the minute I don't think I'm going to increase it. I think I'll stick with the 45 milligram metizapine, which I've been on for about 12 years. I mean, I wouldn't mind trying a bit of time without it, but I'm not so sure as I can be arsed weaning off it. But I'm on 45 gram metizapine and 75 milligram Venlafaxine, and obviously some CBD oil every other day, maybe 2, 3, 4 drops, 4 drops most. And that, you know, I mean, the CBD oil is probably the best of the lot, really. But you know, I've maybe just lucky. I've found one that, you know, works, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, that's that, you know. So far, really, you know, the Venlafaxine's been all right. Yeah, not really. You know, I can imagine I remember trying it a good few years back, and I couldn't tolerate the side effects. And this is what I'm saying. I'm just wondering if it is. And I tried it then with the metizapine, but I'm just wondering if, you know, it is the CBD oil that's, you know, helping with that. But I've certainly got used to taking, you know, it's settled, I think, now. I mean, these doctors and that say give it 6 weeks before you get the full effect, but sure as it's that long, really. And I suppose as we've been using on 75 milligram at the moment, I'd imagine, you know, there's plenty of room for movement, you know, to increase the dose a little bit. But if I don't have to, you know, I won't do. I've got to admit, like, there was one night actually I'd forgotten to take it, and all of a sudden, like, it's a couple of hours after my normal time, and I felt like, Christ almighty, I feel a bit weird. And then I realised, oh shit, I've not had the Venlafaxine, and it obviously, I can't explain how I felt. I could just feel, I felt a bit different. Like, I don't say I felt awful, but it had dawned on me. So I was trying to think, why would I feel sort of this way? And I realised I hadn't took the Venlafaxine. And once I'd had that, you know, I started to feel all right. So yeah, it's kind of, I hear other people say, you know, they need to take it at the same time each day, which is true. It's probably the best thing to do. I seem to be okay an hour or so each way. It doesn't seem to be too much different for me. But like I say, I did leave it a few hours one night, and I kind of, you know, even missing one dose after a short period of time on him, you know, I could tell. So it's an interesting antidepressant. It's an SNRI, selective neoprephin or something, reuptake inhibitor. Same type as duloxetine, but certainly different. But it is all right. I mean, at the minute, pretty sound. Feel pretty decent. Plans to go to uni back in September. Like I say, as with everyone, COVID it took me out of the care game, because I was a carer for 2-3 years. I'm not vaccinated, so I had to come out of that. But now those mandates have lifted, certainly in the UK anyway. But no, I think I'll go back to uni. Just apply for a couple of courses, top up my diploma into a degree. I'll have to do one more year, and then I get honours, and then probably do masters, and see where it all takes me. I've got all the things in the pipeline as well, but you know, no, generally speaking, on the Venlafaxine, I've found it all right so far. I found it decent, to be fair. I mean, obviously, I don't want to put anyone off with these side effects. I think I've got off it quite lightly. And I know from the first time I took it, and I mentioned it earlier, but from the first time I took it, I couldn't tolerate it. I personally think it's down to the CBD oil, which has probably eased any potential side effects. But like I say, there was one instant when I was fresh on 75 milligram worth. I thought I was maybe going to have a panic attack, but like I say, it did ease off. Typically, I was out of the house as well, but it sort of took me by surprise because I hadn't been feeling any side effects prior to that. But no, none since. No, I mean, certainly, it certainly lifts your mood a bit. I must, I've got to admit. But yeah, I thought I'd drop on and give a little bit more feedback. Seeing as I'm fresh on this Venlafaxine. But yeah, drop us a message. I try to answer them all. Thank you very much for any subscribers, any new ones. Like the video, share it. And yeah, so far so good with the Venlafaxine. But like I say, always consult with your healthcare professional regarding anything. I do. I did it to come off duloxetine. I told my GP, I said, I don't think it's, I think that's ineffective now. They agreed. And I asked if he could try the Venlafaxine. I asked to do, if it was possible, if I could go and have another go, and they agreed. So like I say, I would, I'm no doctor. I'm only, telling my story or my experiences, not story really, I suppose, but my experiences with any of the antidepressants or antipsychotics I've took in the past. So like I say, I'd always consult you. You should always speak to your care team about anything. But for me personally, it's been all right. So far, so good. So let's see how long it lasts. If it does last, if I need to increase the dose, if whatever, we'll see. But yeah, seem pretty chilled with it. Job's a good one. So yeah, like I say, thank you very much for any new subscribers, anybody that's watched the videos, anybody that's comments. I love the comments. I really do like getting the comments. It's nice. Ask any questions. I will get back to you at some point. And yeah, keep well, keep safe. Like I say, if you're struggling, speak to somebody. Help, whoever's in your care team, family or anything, friends. But yeah, I'll answer any questions the best I can. But like I say, the best people to speak to really, as far as meds and your conditions or anything like, any sort of whatever's going on for you, is your care team. But I hope my videos, I like to give an honest analysis of my own experience with whatever have been prescribed or asked to use or whatever. But yeah, so yeah, keep safe, keep well, and I shall make another video soon. I will document, progress of, what's going on and how the Venlafaxine's doing. But again, I reiterate, I have 45 milligram metazapine, nighttime, 75 milligram Venlafaxine, 37.5 in the morning, 37.5 at night. And I have other meds for other issues, but that's another thing. But yeah, I'll keep cracking on, and I will catch you all soon. So catch you later.